Hello, everybody. This is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I am back with another fun, festive fall video for you today. In this video, I have 5 pumpkins that I'm going to make for you. Just trying to do something new and something that you haven't seen before. So I hope this does that. I have some fabric from Dollar Tree, some fabric from Joann's. I have one of the MDF pumpkins that I cut out myself. I have some greenery, the cream leaf from Dollar Tree. I have some jute twine, and I have some raffia or hula skirt, one or the other. It works the same. And I have some batting. So if you don't feel like cutting down a MDF board into the shape of a pumpkin, just use the already carved, not carved, but cut out pumpkins from Dollar Tree, those blank wood pumpkins that they have. So I took my fabric and I ripped it down into strips because ripping it gave me the frayed edge that I wanted. And I'm just gluing it to the MDF top to bottom, but I'm not putting any glue on the batting. I'm also making sure that my strips of fabric overlap a little bit as I'm putting them on. And then I will go horizontally and go under, over, doing a basket kind of look, a basket stitch or, you know, a basket design. And I'm just making sure that I scrunch all of that fabric close together so that the batting doesn't show. And then I'm just going to hot glue it to the back. And yeah, it's a little messy in the back. Cover it with some cork board, some craft paper, whatever you choose to cover it with, but it doesn't bother me and I'm not covering it. This one is my favorite. I love this one. So this is my number one choice of the 5. I'm just taking some jute cord and I'm just going to go around the stem of that pumpkin. I'm adding my hula skirt. I'm just going to tie that on. And then I'm going to put on the leaves. And this one is going to be done. It is super cute and it gives me all the fall feels, all the fall vibes. It has dimension because of the batting, gives it a little bit of puffiness. It has texture with the jute and the hula skirt and the frayed edges of the fabric. It gives me that pop of color that I want, and it gives me the farmhouse rustic primitive feel. So it pushes all the buttons, and I love it. And I hope you guys do too. So I'm just going to make a hula skirt bow and a jute bow. Double those up at the top, and she's ready. And this is the finished DIY of pumpkin number 1. Comment down below as always and let me know which one is your favorite of the 5 that I'll be bringing to you today. Moving on to DIY number 2, I lost some of my voiceover footage, but what I have here are 4 of the 12-inch wood planks, the skinny long pieces of wood from Dollar Tree. And all I did was put the 4 pieces together. I did not glue them or anything, as you can see, and I drew out my hexagon shape in pencil on the wood. Then I went to my miter box and I cut the shape out, and then I brought the 4 pieces back to the table, and this is where we are now. I am going to be using my Waverly chalk paints in the color agave, moss, pumpkin, and cashew. I took the Dollar Tree candle and I just pretty much scribbled, just put that candle on top of the blank wood because I'm going for a distressed look and I wanted to try this out. I've seen it done before, so I said, well, let me see if it's any better, any different, what the look will be once you put the candle wax on and you paint it. Because everywhere you put the wax, after you start sanding your paint down, the paint won't stick where the wax was, and it'll give you a more distressed look. I like it well enough, but I think I get a better distressed look when I just paint it first and then distress it without the wax, because I feel like the wax held onto the paint more than I wanted it to, and I didn't get as good of a distressed look that I want. So it was okay, but I probably wouldn't use the wax candle again. That being said, I left it the way it was. I didn't try to distress it any further. And now I'm just going in with some wood glue and some hot glue, and I'm going to glue all these pieces together. You could either do this where the candle sits, or the pumpkin sits short and fat, or you can turn it the other way so that it sits vertically, so it's long and tall. I chose the short, fat, squatty pumpkin. You can make two of these and do one way and one the other. So now that I've got that all glued down, I'm going in with my stems from the Dollar Tree, and one was not tall enough, so I'm going to glue two together. And I love the way the look of the stem turned out because it's a little bit bent once the two are glued together, and it's just perfect for this DIY. Then we're going to take those two stems and glue them to the top of the pumpkin. And now that that's done, I am going to use some of my burlap polka dot ribbon from Dollar Tree, and it's too wide the way that it is, so I just folded it in half, and then it was perfect. Use your finger protectors when you do this part because that glue will seep through that burlap, and it is hot. Even fold it over, it's going to seep through and it's hot. So wear your finger protectors. I didn't, but wear yours. I have had such a hard time trying to get this video filmed it and get this edited. Actually, it was, I don't even know what was going on. I had so many technical difficulties, and I'm still having them, but I am determined to get this content out to you, so bear with me. I took some raffia and tied it into a bow and glued that to the front, and this is a twofer, so we're going to flip it over and we're going to paint the back with the Waverly chalk paint in pumpkin. I'm then going to go in with my cashew and distress it. Actually, that is not the cashew. That is the white, Waverly white. I distressed it with that, and I also painted the little stand at the bottom, which are just two of the huge tower blocks from Dollar General. And then I went in with the antique wax and I just dry brushed the edges and also that little stand. And I had to put the stand on because after I added the ribbon, it would not stand on its own. So I had to give it something even to stand on. So I just put the blocks down there and that worked out perfectly. And now I'm going in with this Dollar Tree faux leather leaf that says blessed. And I'm just going to attach it to the pumpkin, turning it just a little bit because I don't want it straight. And then we're going to glue that to the top with some hot glue, put another raffia bow on it, and this one is done. And it came out so cute. Farmhouse, primitive, rustic, all the feels. I love it. And here is the final reveal of DIY number 2. So pretty. I so enjoy creating fall decor. It's my happy place. I love the two-sided pumpkin, and I hope you guys will try it. Very easy to do. Moving on to DIY number 3, you're going to need 4 of the Dollar Tree crates. I have 2 different sizes. I have some leftover wood from a previous DIY, a jumbo craft stick from Walmart, 2 of the Dollar Tree wood words or phrases. I have some studio paper from Hobby Lobby. I have some of the fall ribbon from Dollar Tree, 2 of my glue sticks, Waverly chalk paint and mineral and white, and also the Waverly antique wax, and some Mod Podge and a little bit of moss. So I am going to start out by hot gluing the crates together. I'm going to glue the 2 larger crates together first, and then the 2 small ones. Doing a little bit of cleanup on that glue. And after I get them both glued together, I am going to go in with my Waverly chalk paint in the color white and paint them all the way around, all sides, everything except the bottom. Now that that's done, I'm going in with my Waverly chalk paint in the color mineral, and I'm going to give both of these crates a nice dry brush. You guys, thank you so much for joining me today for this video. I'm so glad you're here. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell as well so you never miss out on another Cute and Crafty DIY with me. And if you've been here for a while and you've been watching my content and enjoying it, thank you so much. I love that you have returned, and I'm grateful, as always, to have you here. So this is some leftover craft paper from Hobby Lobby, and it wasn't big enough to do a lot with, so what I ended up doing was just cutting the pumpkins out. I just couldn't throw those scrap pieces away, and I am going to use my glue stick to get those glued down, and then I'm going to go over them with some Mod Podge just to make sure that they stick, making sure everything is sealed in and it stays. So now I am taking the antique wax by Waverly and a baby wipe, and I'm going to stain these wood pieces. Now that that's done, I'm going to hot glue everything onto the crates. And this is my second favorite. It almost was my first, but the little quilted pumpkin just stole my heart. But this is my second favorite DIY. These would be cute on a tiered tray, on a side table, just anywhere in your home for decor, over a mantle. They're just really cute. And I loved creating them, and they're so easy to do. Just going to take that Spanish moss and glue it to the top. And now I'm taking that fall ribbon. I love this ribbon from Dollar Tree. And we're going to make 2 shoestring bows and attach 1 to each pumpkin. And it is done. And if you can hear my dog, as always, she's barking. She's outside. I know you guys think she's always outside. She really isn't, but whenever I'm filming, I try to let her have her time outside so I can get this done so she's not in here barking. These are beautiful, you guys. I love them, and I hope you guys do too. If you made it this far, thumbs it up. Moving on to DIY number 4, you're going to need a paper towel holder roll, some craft paper of choice, some raffia, some greenery, some stems, glue sticks, ruler, scissors, and nautical cord. So I have 4 pieces of a paper towel holder, or a bath tissue holder is 1 piece. You would need 4 of those if you use the bath tissue holder. If you use the paper towel holder, depending on how tall you want your pumpkin to be, you can get 4 pieces out of that. I was able to get 3 pieces out of that and then use one of the bath tissue holders. And I cut 4 strips of my craft paper, 2 in each color. I really only needed 1 in each color because I could have cut them in half and it would have been enough to cover each of the rolls. So I'm just using my glue stick to glue that down. And then I'm going to fold the ends, top and bottom, into the paper towel holder. And now that I have 4 of those, I'm going to take one of these pieces of branch or stem that I got from Dollar Tree. They come in a bag of, I don't even know how many, there's quite a few. And I'm going to use that as the stem of the pumpkin. I'm gluing my paper towel holders together with the seam on the inside so that you can't see it. And then I'll glue those to the stem. Now this is cute just the way it is. You could add some raffia and some greenery and be done, but I'm extra. I always got to do a little something else. Right now I'm just seeing how much raffia I want inside of the, at the top of the pumpkin. So we're just going to get that glued to the side of the stem, and then I'm going to take some nautical rope and I'm going to make some little circles, some little coils or caps to cover the holes of the paper towel holder. You can cover it with craft paper. You can do opposite colors. Where you have the orange polka dot, you could put the orange and black buffalo check and vice versa. You could cover it with fabric, whatever you want to use. But because I love the rustic decor and farmhouse decor, I'm going to use the nautical cord to make my little caps or disc, whatever you want to call it, little rounds. And then I'm also going to take some nautical cord and go down the seam of each of the paper towel holders. So you'll need 4 pieces of that because that gives you that ridge that the pumpkin has, that little indentation. You guys, looking back at it now, I should have probably put 4 more of those little coils at the bottom. I think I'm going to have to go back and do that. That would have been nice to make caps on the bottom as well. And here's the final reveal of pumpkin number 4. And you guys, you don't see it in this final reveal or even at the end of the video, but it was driving me nuts. So I did go back and do 4 more of the coils of the little rounds, and I did put them on the bottom. And I love the look of that so much more. It just finishes it. Okay, for the last and final DIY number 5, we're going to be using some of that really pretty fall colored yarn from the Dollar Tree, some greenery, some of the stems, some jute cord, and a piece of cardboard because I don't have a pom-pom maker. So I took the orange yarn and I wrapped it around this piece of cardboard like 170 times or so. And then I'm just going to pull that off of there, gather it together with a piece of the jute cord, tying it very tight as you can get it. Because once you cut your loops, you don't want this to start slipping out. And I'm just cutting those loops. Then I'm going to fluff and trim for a while. I don't know why I left all this in here. I told you I was having trouble with this video. So we're just trimming, trying to get a nice circle, a nice little fluffy ball. I'm going to shake it out and trim it some more till I get it how I like it. And then I'm sitting here thinking I'm really going to pull all these apart with my fingers. Yeah, no, I don't know what I was thinking. I went and got a comb and I combed those apart and it gave me a nice fluffy little ball. I love this. So I'm making a little hole in the center with my finger and I'm going to add a ton of hot glue and we're going to add a cork to make our stem. Going to add some greenery and this one's done. And you'll see all the other ones, all the other colors in the reveal. This was simple and I just think it's so adorable. Just something different that I've not made before on my channel. And this is the final reveal of DIY number 5. You guys, I could see these in a dough bowl with some of the Dollar Tree pumpkins, the ones that are velvet or the faux leather or the sweater ones that they came out this year. They would just be beautiful all together in a dough bowl on a fireplace mantle or on the center of a table. Just cute. I love it. And here's the final reveal of all 5 of the different pumpkins that I've created for you guys today. You know I want to know which one is your favorite. So comment and let me know that. Leave me a pumpkin if you've watched all the way till the end. I would greatly appreciate you. And again, please give this video a big fat thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you like my content and they will push it out so that other people can see it and it helps my channel grow. I would greatly appreciate your love and your support. As always, you guys are amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I thank you for being here. I thank you for watching. And I thank you for your comments. As always, you guys, be blessed, stay safe, and craft something beautiful today, you guys. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.